So now that 2 months have passed since Jump Force release, I think it's a good time to talk about it and how it was kind of weird when it came out. Like, it was kind of nuts because when you think of a big ass crossover game with everybody sweating manga characters, anime characters, all that good stuff, you would think it would be widely received, widely quickly accepted. And honestly, none of those happened. In fact, it was like kind of the opposite, and that's unfortunate. But we're going to talk about what happened and what was the downfall of that. So, just watch the whole video till you comment, and let me do a deep dive into this. So the main story of Jump Force was supposed to be basically time and the anime world slash manga world collides with the real world. And first off, that's a red flag, especially for me, because I really feel like if you're gonna keep it fictional, keep it in a fictional universe. Like, I don't know who idea was that to do actually do that, but that was kind of nuts. Like, I don't want to see Namek and Paris or whatever mashed together. I think that was a stupid idea from the jump. Like, if we're gonna keep it 100% fantasy, we're gonna keep it 100% fantasy. I really think they should have utilized all of their knowledge of all these manga and anime locations, that they could have made more stages. Like, honestly, I feel like the real world stages are kind of like fillers, if that makes sense. And another thing, addition to the story, was that it's supposed to be one of those create your character things, and I believe honestly that Bandai Namco always goes to that when I don't know why they always go to that. I think they only go to that when the thing's gonna sell well. Like, let's take I think Xenoverse for Shinobi Strikers. It's like, I don't know what part of the fan base they listen to, and I believe it's the minority that always want these custom characters. But a lot of people don't really care for custom characters, especially in a crossover game. That's like people picking me characters in Smash Bros. Like, yeah, that's the minority. So I don't know why they keep doing it. So that was a red flag, number one. So that was not good from the jump when I really seen that. So let's get to the next part. A couple months go by now. People are starting to have a problem with the art style, and me personally, I can only say me personally, I do not have a problem with the art style because I'm indifferent. But some people have a big thing for art styles, especially in something as critical to detail as manga and anime, because every character is made by different creators. So it's like it can't be a blanket thing. They have to treat every character to that details. But a lot of people start finding a problem with the art styles, and I get it. So that's where another problem started arising, and I'm not pretty, but it started to be a minority. So, like, then it started growing. So then it became a big problem, which again, some people do not mind, but there's a good chunk of people that did not buy it for that reason. So another minor controversy was the Ronin Kenshin character. Now, if you're not familiar with her, which is kind of crazy if you're not, because he's so classic and his series is dope. His creator, I don't want to say mangeki wrong, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm also going to say creator. His creator was involved some pedophilic shit. I don't know the extent, but I know there's something up with that. So again, people want to cancel. They didn't want that character in the game. It was and again, that was a minority of people, but it's starting to make a talk of the creator from the art. And me personally, I can't say I'm indifferent, because I know when the art is that good, people tend not to care. So I will admit that it's a guilty pleasure for me. But again, it's a legacy character, and you really couldn't win in that situation, because if you left him out of the game, people are like, where the hell is this character? It was a lose-lose situation from there on. So then, also, let's talk about the roster. The roster itself, again, I'm indifferent. Like, because as long as my characters got in, I did not really care, and turned out most of them did, so it was okay for me. Now, a lot of people, I understand that they cannot be pleased, so it was kind of weird when, and it was kind of funny too. When people say, "Oh, where this character at?" Then they would announce it. So they did that bad with the JoJo character. So and they did that with some other characters too. But you can tell when some people was willing to really just fire off in the game, like they were waiting for anything. So that's when it became a big issue, because for some reason crossover games, they really have a lot of pressure. Like, some people will want the whole manga and anime world in the game if they could. and they don't really understand the license and shit that's involved in that. So they can only get so many as they can. But this is Bandai Namco, so they have a lot of licenses to stuff. So it puts me in a weird spot. But we will touch back on the rosters later in the video. So that's what another big thing is. Some people felt like the roster did not cut it for them, and like I'm kind of indifferent from it because I already got my characters. But yeah. Now we're at the biggest offense for me personally, and people felt like this was salt in the wound for this game even more. And keep in mind, at this time of release, this like around maybe January or something like that. Even though it was announced far back, they made the Jump Force Collector's Edition like 260, and so probably at retail is like, I don't remember, the 280, I believe it was, and it was pretty nuts. Because first off, that's pretty high. That's pretty high, even for a big fan of anime and manga, in which I want to talk about personally in this video. Bandai Namco has been very shoddy on their collector's editions as of late. Even other franchises they have, like a Tales series, stuff like that, they've been very cheap with the shit. And honestly, I'm no longer going to support them on shoddy collector's editions, no matter how much I love the game. But back on Jump Force, now they put the price tag as 260, probably with tax 280, and it didn't really come suffice enough. And I almost got it, but when I found out that everybody but the US got a collector's edition, that was the final. But everybody with the US got a season pass. That was the final straw, and which is pretty fucked up because you say you're trying to market to the West for this game, because there's a lot of anime fans and manga fans in the West. So why would you even leave that out? Like, come on now. Like, why are you gonna give Europe and everybody else? Again, they do like to bootleg Europe, so it's fucked up. And it's shoddy collector's edition. So that was a personal offense to me, and people seen it as a reason more not to fuck with this game. It was just bad from there on out. So at this point in the timeline, the game has already been released, and the data miners have already got access to the DLC content. Now, it's not really DLC. It's not really on the disc per se. In fact, it might even be on it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But all I do know is for sure that they got to it and they discovered all the season pass characters, which is kind of crazy. So I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know there's Madara, Law, of course Kaiba, and All Might. I forgot the other one. I think Grimjow. And yeah, I think that's most of them. But the fact is that after that, it was just like even more people not to really care about it. And I kind of see what they was going to do it, because I remember I spoke about some in the roster. They're trying to make the game big as they can, and some characters that were requested didn't make it in there. And I honestly see what they were going with that. Like, I'm not going to ding them for that. Like, I seen they were trying to make Kaguya and Frieza sell big in-game villains in those series, basically. Like, they're trying to be recent as possible. Like, okay, this is the last villain, so we're going to put them in there. I get it. But I just think, and this is like, people decide amongst yourselves, Madara was a better choice because he was more of a villain than Kaguya ever was. And that's just personal opinion, and that's the popular opinion as well. And, people just felt like he should have been in the game from the jump. And Bandai went ahead and just announced the character since there's already data mined, or I'm not sure if they just was going to do that anyway. And it's crazy because as of now, they have not given dates on these characters. Like, it's mid-May, and Kaiba has not been put in the game yet. Maybe he'll be put in the game today. Wait, no bad. Maybe he put in the game next week. They just said May, so which is kind of crazy. All Might has been announced, and we've seen his trailer, but at this point, it's like whatever, So it's unfortunate that even the season pass cannot get you hyped up for this game. So now I'm probably gonna get my personal take on and everything, basically. I really think what they're gonna do next is they're probably going to see this game throughout, update it for the people that actually still play this game. And let me just throw that in there. I believe that every game cannot be good as Dragon Ball Z Fighters and all that stuff because I'm not looking for a competitive game out in arena fighters like um, Jump Force. I think I should. It's important that I say that because I was a heavy Naruto Storm player back in the day, so I wasn't expecting like super heavy. I seen some busted mechanics, but at the same time the game be fun. So I think I knew what I was getting from Bandai Namco. That's why I'm not too pretty crushed up about buying his game, like some people. But I really think what they're gonna do is they're gonna see this game out, release all the DLCs, then probably when the PS5 come out or the new generation consoles, that they're going to make a game. They're gonna make a new game with those DLC characters included, and then probably gonna have like another season 2 or whatnot. And yeah, that's why I see that. And they're probably gonna make the models better and stuff like that, make it smoother. But leaves me conflicted because as an anime and manga fan personally, that money talks. So some idiot going to decide like, hey, they didn't buy this game, so we're not going to make these more type of games. And then you stuck with fans like me that actually want to see good crossover games, but we didn't because they messed up on their behalf. And, we can't support that. And honestly, like I said earlier in the video, that in these shoddy collector's editions, I can't support that either. With any series I love, whether it be Naruto, One Piece, anything like that, I'm not supporting that. Even with the Telltales, I'm not supporting that. Like, there's no reason for me to be asked out of some content just because of where I live. So, if you see a Jump Force collector's edition on your GameStop shelf or even somebody else's shelf, don't be surprised because after watching the video, you should understand why that it's so available. Now, what I did see was people talking about buying this game at when the price go down. I can see that because this game is like maybe like 3 weeks in. This game has been on sale, so I can see people having a good time with this game for like maybe $20 to $30, depending on how much you care about this game. But in closing, it's not the game that deserved, but as a casual fan, you might enjoy. So it's good in once in a while if you have a homie and you decide you want to. And that's another thing I want to add too. Before we close the video, they missed some features like the rematch. Like, come on, now, that was kind of nuts. Like, why would you leave that out? So I don't know. Hopefully they do everything I say in this video. Because I think it's unfair that if we don't get like another manga crossover game, that we're gonna be asked out because they decided it was gonna be like a money grab thing. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment below. Did you buy this game? Did you see this game? Did you say fuck this game? Do you love this game? Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to stay more consistent with these uploads, and thank you for listening and hearing me out. Other than that, have a good day. Goodbye.